Hi, I'm LP Master 6, and welcome to Donkey Kong Land, the 82nd Let's Play on this channel. This is Donkey Kong Land. It is a sequel, not a port like most people seem to think it is, to Donkey Kong Country. Now, it's not the sequel to DKC that everybody talks about for good reason, but this is still a fun sequel to Donkey Kong Country. It's very similar to original Donkey Kong Country, but a little bit more rudimentary, especially in the graphics department, because this is Donkey Kong Country for the Game Boy, essentially. It was originally going to be a port of Donkey Kong Country, but the lead programmer, Paul Maychek? God, I forgot his last name. It's something like Maychek, so sorry, buddy. He convinced the higher-ups at Rare that people wouldn't buy Donkey Kong Land if they already had Donkey Kong Country, but making it a new game, I think he just wanted to, you know, write a new game that it would help sales, and, I mean, it did. If this were just a straight-up port, we probably wouldn't be playing this on the channel. I don't know. You never know. But we don't have to worry about that, because this has been Donkey Kong Land since 1995. And you saw from that demo a few of the changes there. But I guess we'll get right into it. You can ignore this, but you can see it's a pretty short game. I 100% completed it in practice in 2.5 hours, so let's get right into it. Now, there are no world names or level names in the game. They're all in the manual. So this is World 1 of 4. Gangplank Galleon Ahoy! So the first world in this game is the final area of Donkey Kong Country, and I think that's pretty cool. Of course, as you can see from the world map, we're not actually starting out over there, and what I just picked up is a Kong token. It doesn't seem to do anything, but we'll find out more about that later. And we're seeing critters and slippas, and everything doesn't look too bad, honestly. It's a little strange looking. One of the major differences is, well, you can see it, that Diddy and DK can't be on the screen at the same time. So once you free a Kong... I'm trying to get back on the treetops. How did I get... Oh, I bounced off of somebody. Nope. Okay. I don't want to miss any of the bonus levels. This game is easier to complete, I would say, definitely, than Donkey Kong Country in the way of bonus content. And here's how this works. A tornado will come and release your other Kong. And God, the controls, honestly, are pretty awkward. Now, this is supposedly using the same engine. Here's a new mechanic as a Donkey Kong Country, but it feels so much different. And in case I didn't already mention it, because I'm talking a mile a minute, we will get into what Kong tokens do in a little bit. Here is Rambi. Yes, he is back, and he feels worse than ever before. But as much shit as it sounds like I'm giving this game, it's actually pretty good. I mean, it is a Rare game, you know, from 1995. It's not that capable of being bad. And yes, it's not fantastic just because of the way it controls, and these are still Silicon graphics converted into, you know, usable format for the 8-bit monochromatic Game Boy. Which I guess I'll get into the plot. So, the Kongs, after their victory in Donkey Kong Country, were sitting around, and Cranky keeps bitching about how the adventure only was so successful because it had fancy graphics. And Donkey Kong had finally had enough, and he and Diddy started yelling at Cranky saying, no, it was the fun gameplay and everything that people enjoyed. The graphics were just a bonus. And Cranky said, really? Do you really think your adventure would do so well on a monochromatic system like the Game Boy, for example? And Diddy said, absolutely. We'll prove it. As a matter of fact, we'll have King K. Rool steal the bananas. Also, I guess I can wait a minute to let you listen to this song, but we are already on the second level experiencing ice physics. And that is pretty cool. You never see this in a game. They just start throwing you into different environments. This is one of my favorite enemies in the series. The entire Mario series. Hogwash the Flying Pig! And the manual for the game says, Flying pigs? Something's not kosher in Donkey Kong Land. Oh, I lost it when I read that. Oh. God. Oh! God, they do that trick a lot. And as you can see, the hearts at the bottom of the screen are your extra lives. I'm not sure why that's there. The HUD, the UI, whatever you want to call it, is much more decluttered than DKC already bragged about being. Because, I mean, this is pretty empty. And you don't even have your extra partner on the screen. And there's no indicator telling you whether you have DK or Diddy. Or DK and Diddy. But, oops, that's not the right button. This is select. Okay. I've never actually done that before. The game has a lot of trouble determining whether you have the extra Kong. So sometimes you'll have both Kongs and you'll take a hit and you'll just be dead. And that's it. There's nothing you can do about it. So, if it weren't for all the glitches in the game, it would be a lot better. And also, if you're high up and take a slight fall to the bottom of the screen and there's a platform below, you'll just die. But anyway, back to talking about the story, because I completely forgot about that. Then, let's see, Diddy said, we'll prove it. We'll have K. Rool steal all the bananas again just so we can get them back and prove you wrong. And Cranky gets a smirk on his face and says, is that so? Or, so desu ka? And he says, you know what? I'll call K. Rool myself and have this arranged. You boys get some rest. You got a big adventure ahead of you tomorrow. And then DK and Diddy quickly realize they've been baited into this. So DK gets really pissed because he wanted to watch the Banana Bowl that was going to be on tomorrow. Today, as of right now, I assume. Unless every single level takes a whole day. What are some more gameplay mechanics? The Kong letters don't give you an extra life. They give you the ability to save, which is really interesting. This is the first time we've seen saving being an actual gameplay mechanic. And one of the very few times saving is a reward for good gameplay. And I originally didn't like that very much, but I was also much worse at the game the first time I played it because I was emulating it. Oh. Ah. Oh. Sorry, I got condensation everywhere from my Aquafina water and it made my teeth hurt. And of course the exclamation mark means we got all the bonus areas. I forgot to tell you the level names. Well, good thing I have them pulled up. So level 1 was Jungle Jaunt. I believe level 2 was Freezing Fun. And this is Simian Swing. Whew. So essentially, this is the only game where Cranky Kong as Cranky Kong plays a villain. Although that role is debatable. He did kind of arrange the whole thing, but DK and Diddy. And this is all in the manual. I recommend you give it a read. Man, all the manuals I've been talking about on Game Boy games lately have been really worth a read, and it's weird. Because, you know, they're Game Boy manuals. I guess I was obsessed with manuals for a kid for good reason. Jeez. So I used to carry around this bag, I've told this story before, to my grandma's house and just read Game Boy Advance manuals. I only have one original Game Boy manual, and that's Mario Land 2. Oh, but I was going to say, the bonus areas in this game are actually a lot easier to find. And again, you don't have to complete them or anything. You can still fail them and it counts toward completion as far as I'm aware. But my first time playing the game was in 2019. And I emulated it on my shitty laptop and I played it with a keyboard. I have Donkey Kong Land 2. I've had that since I was a kid. And Donkey Kong Land 2 is more of a port of Donkey Kong Country 2 than Donkey Kong Land is to Country. More on that when we get there in the series, but... What? Oh, and then this happens. You can still do a super jump when you're spawning in as the other Kong, so you're not completely screwed. But yeah, you will spawn in spots where you just have no choice but to die. And I'm not going to be going for all the Kong letters, because there's not really a point unless I desperately want to save. But I won't be surprised if the game crashes. It crashed while I was setting up, so... Ooh, and we missed something. Okay. Okay, I looked it up because I need to focus on actually explaining the millions of things I've started to explain. I mean, it's one I probably would have taken forever to find. I only had to look up 2 in my practice run after actually finally buying the cartridge. And for those who don't realize it, we are playing this on the Game Boy Player. Let me show you. Frame number 13. This is our 14th Game Boy game? Oh my god. I feel so old. But for as awkward as this game is, it looks surprisingly decent. It gets really... I don't know if that's my cartridge or what, or... it's just so staticky. There we go. Okay, yes! That's what we needed. Okay, this is what Kong tokens are for. I didn't know this until this morning. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Excuse me. Hello?
Hey, bro.
How's it going?
Hey, how you doing? Thank you, Jack Daniels. Oh, number 7. That Tennessee whiskey I'm drinking in heaven.
Sorry, everybody. I spent an hour on the phone with my old pal Cody, who I'm supposed to be seeing tomorrow. Okay. That was an hour of me leaving the recording going. Oops. Alright, so here's how this works. Your Kong tokens you collect throughout the game will be used up in these bonus areas, and I didn't find this out until this morning. That's what I started to say. And you've got to catch them. They are all worth a 1-up, which, trust me, those are nice and useful, as long as you don't turn the game off, because they do reset, and so does your amount of Kong tokens. Which, honestly, is a little primitive and stupid, if you ask me, at least for the life counter. Oh, and the barrel gets faster every time. Damn it. I'm really bad at this. And there's no way to get them if they're at the top. Oh, no, no! Oh, I didn't know. Oh, well, that's okay. Now, where were we? I have no idea what I was talking about. We went over the story. We went over... Huh. Well, I'm going to have to cut the recording and find out. Well, sorry about that, folks. Okay, that's right. We went back in the level to get the bonus area. And look at this. It doesn't give us a sound effect or anything, but we just can't pass the soap bubbles. Those are supposed to be like boulders, but they just look like soap bubbles to me. Alright, and let's start this level. Deck Trek. Let's take a listen to this song. Ooh, I love it. Aha! Oh, it's not a bonus area. I was going to use this opportunity to talk about how awkward it looks in the bonus area transitions. Because when you just shoot from a barrel and get a white screen, you are constantly... the game's constantly looking like it's going to crash. Which sucks because for some reason, out of all the games, Game Boy games I own for the original system, the Donkey Kong Land trilogy seems to crash the most. Well, I don't actually own Donkey Kong Land 3. Another fun fact is this is one of the first Game Boy games with a unique cartridge color. It was marketed as banana yellow. I don't have that much to talk about except that it was originally going to be a port, except for Paul Maychek convinced me this. Oh, I already talked about that, didn't I? Fuck, that phone call really threw me off. And this one's nice and easy, but I do really want that O. Because saving is useful for late in the game if you turn the game off and back on. And lose all your lives, and you're not grinding lives, and you don't want to get a game over. Saving's great, because if you get a game over, it starts you from where you last saved. And this is the first level in the Donkey Kong franchise that really showcases if you climb up somewhere and then fall down, like if I were to jump down from here and try to land down there, I'd die in the process. Which in my opinion is really stupid. And there are up to what is it, 5 continue points in any level? Not every level, of course. Some levels only have 1. I said I was going to let you listen to the Gangplank Galleon theme. Okay, and I chose the boring part. Oh well, that's okay. You know what? I'll start talking again. Because I thought of something to say. So this game reuses a lot of unused elements from Donkey Kong Country that never made it in. Some of the examples we've seen so far, I guess probably the only example, is Hogwash the Flying Pig may have been the name of an animal friend. Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about. That counted as our first death. I guess we'll keep a death counter. Ugh, sorry, future me. While editing. Those are the worst. But they're neat, so I like doing them. Plus, they keep me on my toes while editing. But Hogwash the Flying Pig is probably a remnant of an animal friend from the original game, because there was going to be a flying pig animal buddy. No, no, don't fall. Okay. See, you can fall, you know, as long as you scroll the screen. I think it's the screen scrolling that essentially kills you. Mario Wiki lists the whole thing as a glitch, but based on later games in the Donkey Kong series, I'm not so sure it's a glitch. I think it was intentional. It's just really awkward in its implementation. But that is okay. Also, I love the way the Naughties look. Out of all the characters, that looks horrible. And the second animal friend to be in this game, Espresso. Espresso can actually kill enemies now, which is great. But Espresso mostly just shows up in bonus areas and that's it. Same with Rampy. They only show up in 2 levels apiece. And they're the only 2 animal friends. I guess they were hard to program. There was going to be a new animal friend to Donkey Kong Land who was even advertised in a big, what was it, official UK Nintendo magazine? It's got some name like that. Oh, we can choose which way to blow up. So I blew up this way. But for the sake of completion, I'll go back and get the other little bomb barrel. I don't know what those are called. But it's really cool that you actually interact with the overworld, in a sense, with those little blowing up the boulders. I know it's pretty rudimentary, but it's all, for lack of a better word, immersive. I don't know, that word is definitely overused when talking about game. Like, you can't think of how to describe a good quality of a game, so... Oh my god, DK, please. They will not grab a rope unless you jump if they're spawning in, as far as I've experienced at least. I'm sorry, I should be cutting this out, but I was talking about the Ram animal buddy, Rambunctious, whose head is harder than any Crusha or Critter, I think he was described as. And he was supposed to be a mountain goat who could climb mountains. Yeah, okay, Rambunctious was stated to be an excellent climber, but he just never appeared, and I don't know if they ever talked about him again. But I don't know if there were in-game screenshots, but there was plenty of artwork for him. There was also artwork of an unnamed Hatted Kong, just some Donkey Kong lookalike with a black hat, who looked darker, I guess, and more generic looking. So there were a lot of unused ideas from Donkey Kong Country that went into this game, but there were also a lot of unused ideas from this game that just never showed up again. We almost had another Kong. Oh, whatever. We're almost to the end of the level anyway. I'll keep talking. So Cranky appears in the manual. Funky and Candy are nowhere to be seen. So that is missing. A lot of the different types of bonus games are missing and different... Oh, speaking of bonus games, I guess we're seeing Espresso again. That's fine. I don't know why they don't come out of the... Oh, and you can do the start select trick again, so you can get that barrel and then leave without finishing the level, but I find that unnecessary because they're at the end of the level anyway. But let's see, this one seems to be first, so we'll do it first. Alright, the name of this level is Rope Ravine. And it seems like we did go the right way for sequential order's sake, according to the manual. God, but I love the nice amount of snow levels, because there weren't really that many in Donkey Kong Country. I keep wanting to say the first game, but that feels awkward because Donkey Kong Country, as we all know, had its own set of more popular sequels than Donkey Kong Land. But it's very nice that these are here. And I love that Donkey Kong Land has so many unique ideas to offer. And there's some unused music and some more unused enemies, but we can talk about all of that in a little bit. I can't believe I died a normal death already. But I feel like most of the deaths we'll be seeing in this game will be at least a little bit unfair. The game, I can only think of a couple levels that are that hard. Like I said, the first time I played it, I thought it was brutal. I couldn't finish it. I used so many save states that my save data became corrupted and I just got stuck. I broke the game. And I wasn't having that much fun with it. I complained a lot about the glitchiness of it all, but now I don't really care that much. It feels a lot better on real hardware, that or I just, how did I miss this the first time I played? Ooh! Alright, let's go for it. No. Let's see, I think it adds a second row, but I'm not sure. It might just count off screen if you exceed the life counter. And I want to find out. We're so close. Oh, just give me the extra 2. Give me the extra 2. Yes! Okay, we just need one more life. And we'll find out the answer to our eternal question. And sometimes you won't get the animation for getting Donkey or Diddy even if you didn't have them before. Oh, okay. Oh, yes, I love the tokens being behind the pillars. And as you can see, this is a different water level design than the original Donkey Kong Country, presumably because the nice ambient, aquatic ambience levels would have been hard to replicate on the limited hardware. Oh, this is neat. In a few different levels, you can do this and just go past the exit, and there's a second exit. These do not count toward completion percentage or anything. They don't matter. An exit in the level is an exit. There's at least one level, because I saw it in the world record speedrun, where there's just exits at the beginning of a level that are really hard to find, and you can just skip the level. But of course, since we're going for completion, we won't need to be finding any of those anyway.